Imagine the hypocrisy. Can you imagine why even when things are turning around for the company, even things when things are turning around for the as far as the market trend with AMC stock, they are still not appreciating the fact that, or kind of coming with the conclusion of the reality that AMC stock is now on the path of breaking down some major records. Why am I saying that? Well, if you look at what AMC did today, we are literally 2 minutes after the market close on Friday. The stock is up 19%. But when you look at where it came from on the lows of today pre-market, it is really a 35% gain for the day. But on top of that, if you look at the last 5 days, look at the last month, if you look at the last 6 months, we are creeping back up to some very interesting levels, And looking at where we came from on the 50s, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but things look good. Now, what I want to share with you today is the hypocrisy and something that is really at the core of the problem with this current stock, with this current play, because it doesn't matter what we are doing as a company. It doesn't matter what the management, doesn't matter what we are doing in terms of research, holding and everything, they still are not taking us seriously. Look, AMTD Digital, all right, which is the stock that went from $18 to $2,500, right? AMTD Digital and other meme stocks are lottery tickets, not investments, says IG North America CEO. So let's dig a little bit deeper into what he said. Well, we already know AMTD rocketed, went to the roof, like literally went to the moon, 32,000%. AMC, I believe, is going to follow suit. That's the plan. But this guy, speaking on CNBC, the head of North American unit of an online trading provider, IG Group, referred to these stocks as lottery tickets and warned people buying meme stocks not to view them as potential long-term investments. This is true. But what is not true is this is not actually investing. This is taking a shot, he said. Well, maybe it may be true or may sound true for AMTD because even the company itself didn't know exactly what was going on with AMTD, all right? But with AMC stock, things are different. With Gimme, things are different. And all of the bunch of the initial meme stocks, all right? Because the guy added, if you are playing it like you're playing a lottery ticket, that's fine. If you're playing this by saying you're investing by playing in these stocks, well, that's just a terrible premise overall. IG North America CEO called meme stock trading fun, but not really healthy. Healthy for who? Healthy for you or healthy for us? Healthy for your, margins or for us? Because if you are Robinhood, definitely going back to when the stock hit $72 a share, it wasn't healthy because you were on the edge of paying a lot of money. And because of that, you colluded with whoever, we already know who, in order to suppress the buy button. Now, he continues by saying, if this type of activity that has to bring younger people to the markets so that hopefully they continue to participate in their 401ks, then I guess the ends justify the means. The reality is no, and no. And this is why things are kind of frustrating. And that's why when this thing breaks, it's going to be so hard because people are still not facing reality, including the so-called smart money. Look, when the hedges, when it's Wall Street, when the professionals, all right, go against stocks from companies that are supposedly overvalued and they short it, there is no issue with it. When a Citadel or a Virtue or a BlackRock short an entire sector of the market or shorts the entire market, there is nothing wrong with it because it's an investing strategy. They are professionals, they are the small guys, so they kind of know what they do, right? But when the tables are turned and is retail investors, all right, going against a stock that is undervalued for obvious reasons, all right? Because if you look at the thesis of why AMC was such shorted, The shorts will tell you that AMC didn't make any money. Well, AMC is making even more money now than back prior to the pandemic. So why is it still not going back beyond $80 a share? Because of an obvious strategy to pin the price to certain levels. All right. So as long as the smart money is doing it, it's fine. But whenever retail investors are doing it, it's a lottery ticket. No, it's not. The data which I've been sharing with you a lot on this channel says that when you look at the data, you take every single ETF mutual fund as a stock, you should look at performance base. The retail investors are better at picking stocks because they do research. We are not as dumb as Wall Street wants to portray us. We do research. And now with tools and internet and technology and everything and social media, it's even way easier to get access to information. We may not get the same type of information as they do when it's available for them, but we do our research and we also evaluate and study trends. We are a lot more sophisticated than they thought. And the bottom line is, when you look at the data, well, we are better at picking stocks because the stocks we pick tend to do better than what Wall Street, as a whole tend to pick. So for me, the bottom line is, well, they are still not taking us seriously and they're still thinking we are kind of playing with this, right? Because it's not because I have money invested into AMC that means I'm not contributing to my 401k. No, I'm still doing my 401k. I'm still doing my IRAs, my Roth IRAs. I'm still doing my 529. I'm still doing my crypto. I'm still doing what they don't want me to do because they want me to capitulate. They want me to throw the towel, because that will mean that it will be easier for them to make a lot more money. But this time around, it's not happening. So it's a problem. And that is why I think once this thing breaks, it's going to be so brutal because they think it's a joke, but it's not. So we'll give them a rendezvous when we hit 4 digits, not even 5, but just 4 digits, even 3 digits, then we can rediscuss and revisit this conversation.